Well, the market, at least on a global basis, is currently in transition mode. We've just come off a stellar 2 years relative to demand growth, and I'm talking about record level growth. There have been questions about whether this level of growth can be sustained, but there's some significant headwinds developing that could be challenging that growth. We're looking at a slowdown in the economy. We're looking at sustainability issues. China's got a lot of issues, both internal and external, that are affecting demand growth there. It has traditionally been the single largest growth market, accounting for about half of global demand growth, and we're seeing issues there associated with the trade war and their slowing economy, et cetera. So we're looking at transition here. At the same time, there's a tremendous amount of global capacity coming online. So we've got a combination of increased capacity and potential slowing global economy, which could work against the industry in terms of earnings, operating rates, those sorts of things. Well, I think the most critical variable here is what happens with China. As I said, China accounted for 50% typically of demand growth, and if we see the Chinese economy continue to struggle, that could certainly impact global demand growth, operating rates, margins, those sorts of things. The other issue that we're really watching here has received a lot of attention globally recently, and that's sustainability and what the prospects of demand trimming prospects of sustainability are. So we're watching that very closely. It's an issue that's gained a lot of momentum. It's not going away, and it's one that we've been very involved in analyzing. Well, we can learn more about sustainability by accessing IHS Markit's most recent study, which we called a sea change, and having to do with sustainability's impact on plastics demand. What we did was we looked at all the commodity plastics on a very granular level, and we analyzed our view of how demand would change as a result of sustainability, whether it was through the deselection of particular plastics for various applications, the increased use of post-consumer recycle type material, those sorts of issues. And this study has been very well received. As I said, it's quite comprehensive, and I would direct you there if you wanted to learn more about it. In terms of where can you learn more about what's occurring with plastics, I would suggest that people consider attending our Global Plastics Summit, which will be held in Houston during June 5th through 6th. We will be covering activities and forecasts for all of the major plastics. We'll have key presenters there from producers, processors, brand owners. Sustainability will be a major topic that will be reviewed at that conference as well. So we invite everyone and welcome them to Houston in June.